I want to take a few minutes and talk about this new UN manifesto that has come out. It is the 2030 Agenda. This is a little alarming. It has 17 points in this agenda. I'll try to cover it as quickly as I can. Here's the point-by-point translation, my point-by-point translation of the 17 points. Goal number 1, end poverty in all its forms everywhere. It sounds good, doesn't it? End poverty. I'll translate it for you. I'm going to eliminate private ownership of property. Confiscate all wealth everywhere on the planet. All able-bodied humans will have basic meals for adequate nutrition for work. Clothing will be issued along with housing assignments and work assignments. Ban all free movement of people. Ban tourism, ban retirement, ban idleness in all its forms, including loafing, leisure, camping, hiking, hunting, sunbathing, and resting. Goal number 2, end hunger. Achieve food security and improve nutrition and promote sustainable agriculture. Translation: global control of all farm and ranch production for GMO food supply to the worker class humans. Ban hoarding. Oh, it's been done before. Priority non-GMO food production for the political class will be controlled and available only to the elites. Goal, and that's been done before too. Goal number 3, ensure healthy lives and promote well-being for all at all ages. I know these are really utopic, but just hear me out. Translation: worker class humans will have access to local clinics for inoculation, treatment, and rehabilitation. Organs harvested at these clinics will be used to sustain the political class humans. Defective humans, such as Down syndromes, diabetics, asthmatics, will be removed from society to prevent the proliferation of these weak genetics in the race. Forced birth control will be administered so that only the best genetics will be permitted to reproduce. What, you never heard of eugenics before? Goal number 4, ensure inclusive and equitable quality education and promote lifelong learning opportunities for all. Translation: global curricula, testing, and classification of workers by aptitude and intelligence will be implemented. Regional clusters will be established, focusing on the resources available in that region. People identified as valuable for certain fields of study will be relocated to the appropriate cluster for lifelong utilization by the community. Sounds a little like Hunger Games, doesn't it to you? Goal number 5, achieve gender equality and empower all women and girls. You notice the men are not mentioned there, right? Translation: criminalize Christianity, marginalize heterosexuality, demonize males, and promote the LGBT agenda everywhere. Ban gender nomenclature on all official documents. Open sexualization of children will be encouraged while completing the process of global government dissolution of the official union of one man and one woman as marriage. They're well underway. Goal number 6, ensure availability of sustainable management of water and sanitation for all. Translation: seize control of the world's water supplies, including rivers, lakes, ponds, rainwater, and glaciers, for the express purpose of sanitation and redistribution to human communities. Ban recreational boating, diving, or private containment of water. Goal number 7, ensure access to affordable, reliable, sustainable, and modern energy for all. Translation: consolidate humans to mega cities where energy is available. Ban all rural residences. Ration energy to each person. Ban all shanty and off-grid human activity. Ban all migration, refugees, and camping activities. Ban tourism and unnecessary travel. And above all, ban private vehicles. Goal number 8, Promote sustained, inclusive, and sustainable economic growth, full and productive employment, and decent work for all. Translation, and you're going to love this one. Ban homelessness by requiring everyone to move off the streets and into government barracks. Ban free roaming, retirement, and non-employed people by forcing every able-bodied person to return to factories, mines, and farms to work until the end of their days. Regulate small business out of existence with government-mandated minimum wages that bankrupt entire sectors of the economy. Force employers to meet hiring quotas of LGBT workers while mandating wage tiers under a centrally planned work economy dictated by the government. Destroy free market economics and deny permits and licenses to those companies that don't obey government dictates. Number 9, build resilient infrastructure, promote inclusive and sustainable industrialization and foster innovation. Translation, put nations into extreme debt with the World Bank. Establish auto payments by confiscating all the surplus of every nation to feed the ruling class and to maintain their luxury resorts and hospitals. Build mega factories complete with on-site housing, health clinics, and food service to ensure every person is working. Goal number 10, reduce inequality within and among countries. Translation, ban the retirement class. Dissolve all nonprofits, foundations, credit unions, and private banks. Confiscate all 401k, retirement funds, pensions, and savings accounts for redistribution to the central bank. Force all non-government residents into work camps or factories with government-issued clothing, housing, healthcare, and food services. That's how you eliminate inequality. Hate to tell you. Goal number 11, make cities and human settlements inclusive, safe, resilient, and sustainable. Translation, ban all gun ownership by private citizens, concentrating guns into the hands of obedient government enforcers. Criminalize living in most rural areas by instituting Hunger Games-style protected areas, which the government will claim are owned by the people, even though no people are allowed to live there. Force all humans into densely packed, tightly controlled cities where they are under 24/7 surveillance and subject to easy manipulation by government. Number 12, ensure sustainable consumption and production patterns. Translation, total control of the production and consumption of fossil fuels and electricity, with priority given to government leaders and facilities. Use social influence campaigns in TV, movies, and social media to shame and incarcerate people who use excessive gasoline, water, or electricity, or for non-approved purposes. Goal number 13, take urgent action to combat climate change and its impacts. Translation, set energy consumption quotas on each human being and start punishing or even criminalizing lifestyle decisions that exceed energy usage limits set by governments. Institute total surveillance of individuals in order to track and calculate their energy consumption. Ban private vehicle ownership and force the masses onto public transit where TSA soldiers and facial recognition cameras can monitor and record the movement of every community. Number 14, conserve and sustainably use the oceans, seas, and marine resources for sustainable development. Translation, ban most ocean fishing, plunging the food supply into an extreme shortage and causing runaway food price inflation that puts even more people into economic desperation. Criminalize the operation of private fishing vessels and place all ocean fishing operations under the control of government and central planning. Goal 15, protect, restore, and promote sustainable and use of terrestrial ecosystems, sustainably manage forests, combat desertification, and halt and reverse land degradation and halt biodiversity loss. Translation, roll out Agenda 21 and force humans off the land and into controlled megacities. Goal 16, promote peaceful and inclusive societies for sustainable development, provide access to justice for all, and build effective, accountable, and inclusive institutions at all levels. Translation: grant legal immunity to all illegal aliens and protected minority groups, which includes giving them access to the courts without citizenship. Inclusive institutions means granting favorable tax structures and government grants to corporations that hire LGBT workers or whatever groups are currently in favor with the central planners in government. Finally, goal number 17. Strengthen the means of implementation and revitalize the global partnership for sustainable development. Translation: enact global trade mandates and enforcement actions that override national laws while granting unrestricted imperialism powers to companies like Monsanto, Dow Chemical, R.J. Reynolds, Coca-Cola, and Merck. Pass global trade pacts that bypass a nation's lawmakers and override intellectual property laws to make sure the world's most powerful corporations maintain total monopolies over drugs, seeds, chemicals, and technology. Nullify national and state laws and demand total global obedience to trade agreements authored by powerful corporations and rubber stamped by the UN. And the UN document says, and I quote, "We commit ourselves to working tirelessly for the full implementation of this agenda by the year 2030. I got news for you, Earth Explorers. They're going to need an army. They're going to need to disarm every human. They're going to need to control all education, all press, travel, speech, and entertainment. They're going to need to control all healthcare, all the currency, all the communication, including the internet. The UN is planning nothing less than global government tyranny that enslaves all of humanity while calling the scheme sustainable development and equality." 1984 has finally arrived, and of course, it's all being rolled out under the fraudulent label of progress. This is X Squared Radio, part of the America Free Radio studio on Truth Frequency Radio Network. My name is Brooks Agnew, saying peace, Earth Explorers.